The clock is running.
You talking to me?
Did you have a brain tumor for breakfast?
Then who the hell else are you talking? You talking to me?
No, funny how? I mean, funny like a clown. You lose you.
I'm Peter Venkman.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Man that doesn't spend time with his family will never be a real man.
Damn.
I'm kind of a big deal.
First rule of my club is do not talk about it like
Yeah, baby.
You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
Do you know what that means, Andy?
I do.
Welcome back to Frame by Frame. This is an unprecedented return of Andy Lewin.
Hello. This is what the world's been crying out for.
It has, especially in Cambodia,
Yep.
our fan base. And I'm Stephen Radford, of course. We are not in person together.
That's true.
We used to be in Manchester, sitting across each other with microphones that would fall, damage, and injure.
But you moved. You spoiled it.
Ruined it. Broke the connection. We could do webcam, but you know.
The problem is we're too pretty, and people won't listen to what we're saying if they're looking at us because they'll just be bowled over by how pretty we are. So it's better to keep it audio only. Just thinking of the fans.
Just thinking of the people. You're putting people first, Andy, and you're very considerate, and I think that's, that's the way forward. We've always done it this way. We've always done audio only, and we're going to continue. And I think that's people like to have us in their ears.
That's it, in the ears.
Because
that's my thing. You say my middle name is altruism.
Yeah, and not the eyes. We're just too much of a good thing. So how are you doing, Andy?
I'm doing good, mate. It's the spooky season.
It is. It's the best season. And you're all ready for Halloween?
Already, yeah. The house is decorated. The projectors are up. It's all good. It's all good. How about yourself? Where I live in Hayde Edge near Holmfirth, it's they're doing a trail.
Yes.
And so anyone who volunteers to do it, they're in this map, and you have to buy the map, and the proceeds go to probably the band room or something.
Brilliant. Yes.
And people can walk all around the village and see. So obviously, I've took it massively seriously and gone way over the top.
Perfect. I mean, we've done trails here before, but not the Halloween one. We've done a circus trail where everybody had circus things to do outside their house, and that all went to the school.
Oh.
So trick or treating is a huge thing here, so that at least is maintained.
Yeah.
And you're doing any spooky music?
No, we wanted to, but we just not had the time. It's been ridiculous. Just with teaching and gigging and Tracy's job, it's just been crazy. We're not had time to do any recording whatsoever. We have decided though to do another 25 days of Christmas this year. I don't know how we're going to find the time to do it, but apparently we're doing that this year.
Yeah, that is the massive challenge because you've got to have 25 songs. And then you've got to edit 25 videos.
Well, that's the thing. That's the hardship. Finding the songs is easy because there's thousands of Christmas songs, isn't there? But
yeah.
it's insane, mate. We shouldn't be doing it, but we are.
We've done insane challenges like this before. We did the 31 Days of Horror. That was...
We did. That was... And to be honest, for us, watching a horror film every day for 31 days is not really a hardship, is it?
No, and talking about it isn't that difficult. I mean, you give yourself a time limit and then you do it. But when you're playing music, you've got to consider all the levels. You've got to make sure that your voices are all right for that day, and your calluses on your fingers are callousy.
Yeah, exactly that.
You got to maintain those nails,
which I'm very bad at. I always let them grow.
Yeah, you're just hitting the wrong strings because you're just not gauging it. Terrible.
Yeah. Well, you didn't realise you did a good guitar pun then, and you didn't realise you did it because you have gauge of strings, but you could .09 of a millimeter, 0.10, and you just did a joke, which was a good guitar joke. You didn't know you did it.
I
So
didn't even know I did it.
I applaud you, Stephen. Well done.
Thank you.
So we're good at talking about horror, yeah?
Yeah, we're too good.
But how difficult would it be to talk about films that may not fall into the genre of horror, but were really sort of difficult to watch? How
Yeah.
difficult would that be to talk about? I just did a link, Stephen. Did you hear it?
That was a transition link. That was you kind of threaded us right in.
The only thing I would have done to ruin it is point out that I'd just done that.
Yeah,
Just-
and then I basically ruin it even more by saying, yeah, that's what you did. You did it.
Professional podcasters.
Yes.
Uh,
Born to entertain. But yeah, we thought about, every time we talk about horror film, we talk about horror films all year round.
Yes.
Really. And
Yeah,
we thought we'd be subversive, and on Halloween day of all days that we're recording this, we're not going to talk about just your typical Halloween films or horror films.
Absolutely.
But we'll probably touch on it because we can't help ourselves. Films, basically, the question is, what makes you feel uncomfortable? What have you walked out on? And there's a kind of a broad spectrum at work here. I mean, we've got films that make you uncomfortable because they're too violent or too hard to watch. There's the too miserable because it's just too much gritty reality and there's no give and it's just gut wrenching. But then there's the films that are just absurd because they're pathetic and it's like, why am I watching Norbit?
Yes.
I know we're both nervous because we've never done this before. But we can take our time, darling.
Intentionally funny films that aren't funny, or anything that you've basically just decided either you just gotta quit because it's just not worth it, or you just can't stomach it.
Yeah. And I suppose there's films that try too hard to be that. So you get films that really try to push the boat as much as they can, maybe fail by trying to do it too much, if you know what I mean. Like a Serbian film. That film is awful and disgusting.
Yeah, because
But
it's
made for that purpose.
Yeah. What happens in that? What is the Serbian film, Andy?
The Serbian film is a guy who used to be a porn actor, and he gets. I think he's having fight. Right, I watched it very quickly. Like I sort of skimmed through it because everyone was talking about it at the time. I wish I hadn't even skimmed through it because it's horrible. From what I remember, the plot is he used to work in porn. He got out of it, and he got lured back in because he's having financial difficulties. And he gets offered like a big chunk of money if he does this film. And he goes into this place, and it's just horrible. There's this, like subjects of like paedophilia and
Necrophilia, isn't there? Or
yeah. There's
everything
it's everything but the kitchen sink. If there was a kitchen sink in there, no doubt he would have shagged it.
Yeah,
it's that kind of film.
Exactly. Yeah. No matter what the taboo, they didn't go soft. They just went in. God, it's horrible. Even the
I mean, the end of the film, because I couldn't watch much of it. I couldn't stomach. There's a part in it that in the uncut version, I don't even want to say it, but a woman gives birth to a baby, and then some guy gets the newborn baby, and then, with the baby.
Yeah, and it's like, what? I mean, the thing is,
what is that?
Well, okay, so when we look at the Serbian film, because I think that is probably the ultimate extreme film of uncomfortable way. It's definitely not a first date movie. If you it's your last date. This is your breakup movie. What is the point in that? Is it entertaining?
No.
Is it educating? Is there?
People watch that film and kid themselves that they like it would say, it's like, why would somebody climb Everest? Because it's there.
Because it
so
can
why,
be done.
Why would you watch a Serbian film just to say I've done it and I got through it? I guess. But
Badge of honor? Oh,
maybe, but I don't see there's any art in it. It's just vile and horrible and pointless.
Isn't that weird? I mean, it exists as a thing, and of course they're probably just happy that with the fact that it is probably the most obscene film in existence. And
I mean, the last scene in that film is he's got out of it and he's in bed with his daughter and his child, and he's got his arms around them and they're sleeping, and the camera slowly pans out to reveal that there's I think 3 people in the room. One's like manning a camera that's filming the bed, and one's like a director, and he turns to this other vile-looking guy and he said, "Do the younger one first," and he starts to take his pants down, and the film ends. That's how the film ends.
But it's like, and that's the thing. Okay, in your human mind, and you've made this film, you've put it together, you screen it. You are the person who directed this movie. I'm guessing it's written directed by the same guy. This is his thing.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah,
it's definitely not going to be a woman. It's definitely going to be a guy. I'm not even going to look it up. I'm not going to give it the hit or the benefit or the footprint, because it's like you've done this film, and this is your legacy. I mean, how do you kind of live your life? I mean, it is that absurd. It is that kind of feeling of it's I don't know. It's just so Jimmy Savile.
It is. What I am surprised at is that Marvel didn't hit him up to do the next film.
Disney didn't buy him in to do a Star Wars movie, because that would have been
looking for a director for Thor 4, so maybe maybe he'll get the gig.
So yeah, and there you go. I mean, it's not even horror. It's an unclassified kind of, it's not a comedy. It's not I mean, it's educational to the point where this is basically how bad humanity can be.
Yeah, he was saying it was a metaphor for the Serbian government at the time.
Oh, a metaphor.
But of course, that's the perfect way of getting away from doing something vile, isn't it?
I know. As humanity, we kind of realize that we are capable of really nasty things. But should we be committing these things to film ever?
When does art stop being art and be wrong?
It is. Yeah. I mean, has Mayo and have Mark Kermode ever mentioned this?
I think Kermode has talked about it, to be honest with you. He talked about it because he had to talk about it, but it wasn't something that he really wanted to talk about. He didn't want to give it the time of day.
And that's probably the thing as well. I mean, if it's not well made and it only exists through reputation, you don't even have to watch it. You just take people's word for it that it is what it is. And then it's not.
There you go. A Serbian film, banned horror movie dubbed a monstrosity. That's what he said.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a nasty piece of exploitation trash.
Yeah, and labelled as propaganda or political. Yeah.
Wow, it's 13 years old. The Serbian film's 13 years old. Crazy.
It is, and yeah, I think that, like you say, I mean, if it's not something that you can exhibit, if it's not something you can, it's not enough that it can be something that you can talk about, like we're doing. It's not enough for it to be considered art. It has to be inclusive.
Here's a little quote: "If it is somehow an allegory of Serbian family and Serbian politics, then the allegory gets lost amidst the increasingly stupid splatter." Kermode, 2010.
There we go. Okay, so we'll put that. Yeah, we'll bury that. So what? Yeah, exactly. I think we can't get any more uncomfortable than that. But let's reel it in a bit now. Let's go for films that are ambiguously uncomfortable. I mean, it's a subjective thing. I mean, for the most part, it's subjective.
Well, I think speaking to people on that internet that you hear about these days about this, haven't you?
Yes, I have asked.
I'm certain you've got a list for me.
I don't necessarily have a list. I've got we've got 36 comments. I put it to put it to the people on the Facebook and the social media. So I posed the question: what movie did you find uncomfortable to watch that wasn't horror? An example of things that make you cringe, things that are just plain weird, grim, miserable, or just garbage. So straight away somebody went with Eraserhead.
Well,
and
in heaven everything is fine.
Yeah, and it is uncomfortable, but there's something about David Lynch that makes you want to go back to it, and that is when you start to see the art.
Yeah,
things is when you find something else every time you watch it.
Eraserhead is a masterpiece.
Yes,
it's incredible, but it's not just a film. It's an experience, isn't it? It's a feeling.
Yeah, and that is art. That's where you can't doubt that.
I remember watching the first time. I remember watching Eraserhead probably the second or third time. But a friend of mine watched it with me, James, and then I didn't hear from him for a few days, and I got a text from him saying, "Andy, I've not slept for 3 nights because of that stupid fucking film you made me watch."
to call it a stupid effing film is like, yeah, it's if you're used to certain films, if you're used to kind of like the Hollywood popcorn movies, if you're used to kind of having a thread of story that has a beginning, a middle, and end, and a happy ending, then this is gonna hit you over the head like a frying pan, like a good steel heavy frying pan, and it will make you, it will stop you in your tracks, it will get under your skin, and it will make you think.
Yeah, it will.
I think it being black and white doesn't help because people struggle these days with anything black and white. We're now generations away from black and white television sets. I mean, I'm assuming that when you grew up as a kid, there was at least one black and white TV set still in your house.
There was. We had a Bangor and Olufsen one.
Yeah.
That it used to do this mad thing where the frames would start going up and down on the screen, and you felt the top of the TV, and it made it stop.
You could just keep
I've not thought about in about 20 years. And you just wrote.
we touched upon black and white film, TV, and we still had that in our culture, in our lives. I think we were the last generation to have black and white. So, going to watch a movie now and watching it in black and white, people struggle with that. They struggle with that idea.
Yeah,
it's just not inherent in their experience. So.
Do you think that's the reason why people find Eraserhead difficult? Because I wouldn't say. I'd say within 5 minutes you'll forget that film is in black and white.
That's also true. Because if it was in color, then it would be more gross and visceral. Maybe it would have more. Color is an emotion. Color is a feeling. So it would certainly embed certain. It would sway you in a certain direction, but because it's black and white, the onus is on you to decide what you're feeling. To pull color out.
If you take Eraserhead for what it is, it's just really a story of a guy who gets his girlfriend pregnant.
Yes.
He has the baby. She leaves him with the baby, and he's trying to deal with the baby, who's a little bit poorly.
It's a fear of parenting. It's a fear of being a parent. I mean, that is universal, though. I mean, that's.
Hadn't Lynch become a father around the time of Maker? Because I know he made the film over a series of years, didn't he? He had to do it while he was working.
Yeah, I think little Lynch was actually on the set.
But given how surreal and disturbing the film actually is, the subject matter is actually quite normal and mundane.
Yes.
It's just how Lynch goes about it and how he actually makes it.
Exactly, and I think it took a long time to make it, though, and so the actual making of it was probably even more surreal and difficult than
Yeah.
watching it. I mean, if you're finding it difficult to watch, imagine making it. It's
Yeah, imagine.
At the beginning of the second year, the first day, we were all assigned sort of to go to some classes, and I realized, maybe wrongly, but I thought they were putting me in first-year classes. And it had not been going good on Gardenback, and now I'm in first-year classes. I just started seeing red, and I got into a big huff, and I marched up to Frank Danielle's office, and I went in and screamed, "I quit, I'm out of here." And I stormed out. I went by the sound department, and Al said, "What's up?" I said, "I quit." And he said, "Well, I quit too." And we both stormed out, and we went down to Hamburger Hamlet and kind of sobbed and moaned and bitched about everything and having coffees. And then I made my way home, and Peggy said, "David, what's going on? What's going on? They keep calling. What's happened?" And I said, "I quit." And she said, No, Frank said, come back and talk." And so finally I calmed down and went back up, and I went into Frank's office, and he said, "When David Lynch walks out and quits, we know we're doing something wrong." So he said, "What do you want to do?" And I had written a script called Eraserhead, but I don't even now remember writing it. But I had a 21-page script, and I said, "I want to make Eraserhead." And he said, "Well, by golly, you'll make Eraserhead."
If that was a wig, or did he have to just keep his hair like that all the time?
Oh, Jack Nance, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, was it like 4 or 5 years they made the film over, something like that?
I think it probably took about, was it 6 years?
Then I made a film called The Grandmother. And then on the strength of that, I was accepted to the Center for Advanced Film Studies, AFI, in Los Angeles. And it was there that I made Eraserhead. The school at that time was in a mansion. I made Eraserhead in a mansion in the best part of Beverly Hills, California. And I was able to make almost a small studio there and work down there for a little over 4 years. And it was a beautiful place to be and work.
We shot for a year straight, and then we ran out of money. We would get geared up with some money and then shoot a scene, then kind of break down again for a while.
But what was that like for you? It must have given you a chance to really live the film as you were making it in a way.
It was a beautiful thing. When you go slow and you're living in the set and in that world, it just becomes part of you. It's a beautiful experience, and more ideas come out of that. But it took a long time to get it right.
Well, I think you were already a father when you made this movie. Was fatherhood disturbing to you?
It was.
What was disturbing about it?
I was studying to be a painter and very keen on living the art life. And in the art life, the way I saw it then, it didn't have room for, a family life.
So I think it was a long time, and it was stop and start. Jennifer Lynch was actually born in '68. So yeah, him becoming a father kind of became a part of that.
Yeah.
The initial inception. But yeah, I mean, everything about it for all that time, having that hair. I mean, he must have cut it, and then he must have had to apply or keep it as a wig from the start. I don't remember that full story, but Room to Dream, David Lynch's, is kind of like a memoir. Is an amazing thing, not just to read but to listen to on Audible, because he adds his own kind of candid insight to each chapter.
Oh wow! No, yeah, not the book. I've never listened to the audio.
It's amazing. But yeah, I mean, because it's David Lynch, you kind of give it that chance as well. You never actually just say, "Oh, I can't do this." Inland Empire is probably one of the most difficult films that I've actually tried to watch more than once, just to kind of not get through it, but to actually concentrate.
Yeah, that's because I'd say David Lynch is probably my favorite filmmaker. But
yes, yeah.
Inland Empire is really, really hard to get through.
It's like a food fight. you're being thrown. The movie's being thrown at you, and you're turning around, and another piece of film is thrown at you. It's like you're constantly being hit, and you just say, right, okay, I need a minute. Okay, stop throwing film at me. And ironically, it's not even film; it's digital. Stop throwing digital tapes at me.
I fell in love with digital video. I fell in love with digital video.
Ow! 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 That hurts!
Now I love digital video.
You're trying to sleep in bed, all of a sudden you wake up, there's David Lynch with a tape above you, and he drops it on your face. Like, stop it.
And he says, that's digital. And runs away.
A dinosaur, dead. Completely ridiculous.
That's digital. It's digital.
And I'm through with film.
Laura Dern.
Well, that's it, because what I find most interesting about that is him on a sidewalk with a cow, and they try to get Laura Dern, says she should get the Oscar that year for performance in Inland Empire.
What is it for your consideration? Is he doing a promo on something?
What the f*** is David Lynch doing? He's just sitting on the corner of La Brea in Hollywood with a fucking cow.
The thing is, he's such a sweet person. He's not like, he's just that adorable soul who just so happens to make very disturbing pieces of film.
So what would you say then? What makes Eraserhead disturbing? Because it's not really a horror film, is it?
It's definitely not a horror film. It is just purely
It's the atmosphere, isn't it? It's that sort of industrial soundscape that's going on all the time.
It makes you work. As the audience member, you are working. You're not just sitting there being fed. You are being made to work. You have to figure it out, and you can't look away. You have to focus.
Yeah.
So it's like a driving test, and you can't fail.
Wow. That should be the quote of this episode. It's like a driver's test.
It is a driver's test. It's not. You're not being carried. You're not being given the answers. You are doing this test.
So what stands out in that film to you? What scene? What do you, when you think about Eraserhead, what immediately do you think of?
Dancing chicken?
Yeah, well, I was going to say the chicken scene. It's awful, isn't it?
And it's just hosting dinners is never easy, but that dinner scene is probably
And it's like, is he meeting her parents for the first time?
I think so. I think they're and it's my memory of it kind of comes and goes about whether that's why you keep having to go back to it, because your memory of it fades. You need to kind of have you need to take your drive. You need to keep taking your driving test to keep relevant. With the film.
But you can't fail.
But you can't fail. You can't. You've got to be able to use your mirrors and signal and know where your blind spot. And it's
you just cook them like regular chickens.
But the color of it. I mean, it's kind of greasy. You have to wash your hands after you've seen it. You kind of got to have a shower.
That's the thing, right? That's what you just touched upon there is perfect, because that's truly films that we're talking about right now. That films that may not be horror, or horror adjacent or whatever, but it's how it makes you feel after and you want to have a shower. You feel dirty after watching it.
Yeah, you feel something.
Well, that's what we should have said before we started. When we were talking about these films that you need to have a shower after you've watched them. That's the perfect description of these films that we're talking about today.
Should we look at the next one? Requiem for a Dream.
Purple in the morning, blue in the afternoon, orange in the evening. Just like that. 1, 2, 3, 4.
answers my answer to the question, what's a film that you've watched that you'll never watch ever again? In fact, no, more importantly, what's a really good film that you've watched that you will never watch again?
And it probably is really well made, and it's beautifully performed. And Ellen Bernstein, is it Ellen Bernstein?
Yeah, Ellen Bernstein.
Yeah.
It's that good. They even got a good performance out of Marlon Wayans.
Well, that's it. Performance-wise, it's all there.
When Darren Aronofsky directs a film, you know you're not going to, you know you're in for a ride, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he does love to kind of make you feel uncomfortable, but not to the point of Requiem for a Dream. Usually, he kind of I think he's pulled back. He pulled back with Danny Darko. Danny Darko. He pulled a little bit back with Donnie Darko. That's watchable. Black Swan. That's watchable.
He did Mother as well, didn't he?
Was that Lars von Trier or Mother? Yeah, no, that was Mother. I get confused between who did Melancholia. Lars von Trier and Darren Aronofsky are very similar in their sensibilities.
Yeah, but this film is grim. It's so grim.
Yeah, and like I say, sometimes there's a film where it just takes one scene, and that's it. You know, we could talk about that in a little bit, but it just takes one scene and that's it. I'm out, or I'm not going to revisit. But this one, it's kind of like the whole thing is kind of like a long, oozing thread of misery.
It made me not want to do drugs, to tell you that.
Well, do you know what? If it's an anti-drug film, mission accomplished. You know, I would say send it to all the schools.
Oh, God. Ugh. So, out of that film, then, I'm going to ask you this question for every film we talk about. What stands out? When someone mentions this film to you, what do you think of? I could tell you with me, it's Jared Leto trying to find a vein to do heroin again in that horror when his arms all septic and nasty. And
That's it.
Just trying to find something. Oh my God, horrible!
It is, and it just takes that one scene, and that is it.
I mean, that last scene with Jennifer Connelly in it when she's at that, she's basically doing a sex show, isn't she? Just to get drugs.
That's the last scene.
I think that's the last scene, isn't it?
I think I was already out by then. I think it was the Leto arm gig that, you know, I don't think I...
So have you not finished the film?
No. That's, like I say, that these are the films it's just too uncomfortable to...
Well, I'm not sure if it's the last scene, but definitely towards the end is... she goes to this part, Jennifer Connelly, the character goes... Is it Marion Silver, I think the character's name was in the film? She goes to... like this rich businessman's party, and you know all she wants is the drugs. She wants the drugs, and they get her all high, and then he sort of just gives this double-ended.
Dick.
Yeah.
Take a look out of starboard.
Oh my God! It looks like a huge
Pecker!
Oh yeah.
Wait, that's not a woodpecker. It looks like someone's...
Privates! We have reports of an unidentified flying object. It is a long, smooth shaft, complete with 2 balls.
What is that? That looks just like an enormous...
Wang, pay attention.
I was distracted by that enormous flying...
Willie. Yeah. What's that? Well, it looks like a giant
dildo, and basically she's in the middle of this crowded room, and she's having sex with this other girl who are both using this dildo while she's off her face on drugs, and you're just like,
Jennifer.
Oh, it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible.
No.
It's a long way from Labyrinth.
It is, because you know, and the thing is, with Jennifer Connelly's career, you got to think, you're a child actress. You kind of grew up with her. She was like a kid in your class, you know.
Yeah. And
so you kind of see, oh, this is what they're doing now. It's kind of like, you know, it was a bit of a. I don't know how they feel about this film. If you know, I'm sure they are proud with the work. They're proud of the performances. They're proud of the association with Darren Aronofsky. There's no reason not to be. But yeah, there's just certain things that you kind of end up doing in your career, and you think, you know, yeah, that was tough. It was worth it.
Well, again, though, because you know, if it is. You know, we're talking about being anti-drugs, then it is worth it, because it's horrible.
Yes, that's it.
I can't imagine anybody watching that film and thinking, right, heroin for me then.
Perfect.
We're not gonna try heroin.
Oh, you have to. It's so good. It's better than Game of Thrones, and money, and sex, and family, and a career.
That's why Heroin AM combines heroin with 5 milligrams of caffeine and a small pile of cocaine.
And now available in gummy bears, which you can melt down and inject.
Oh, yeah. Side effects include it's heroin. So, all that stuff.
So now I can chase the dragon while I also chase this little guy. I'm gonna get ya.
Wow, this might be the first afternoon Mom doesn't need a nap.
Let's ride that train.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is a difficult film, definitely. But I do remember I bought the video before I knew what it was about because the front cover was engaging, the title was intriguing, everything about it on the surface looked fascinating.
Yeah,
it was a really good marketing. It really did well with that, but it did not prepare me. I was not prepared.
But yeah, Requiem for a Dream.
Yes,
that's one hell of a grim film.
Okay,
what else is on this list?
It's a great list. Well, somebody mentioned Leon the Professional. He says, "I don't hate this film. There's a lot of scenes in it, but I really like, but it's just so cruel and kind of sleazy." Yeah,
that's a film that could not be made now.
You're right. Yeah,
the scene between Leon and Natalie Portman's character is Matilda, isn't it?
Matilda, exactly.
Very awkward.
It was very awkward, but also tender at the same time. There's kind of like you kind of mix because there's an iconic vision of them.
Yeah.
I mean, people do cosplay all the time. Fathers and daughters usually do cosplay as Leon and the girl. You know, if you're going to take your daughter to Comic-Con for the first time, you're going to do the Leon thing, which is kind of awkward because then they have to ride on the underground in London with a plant.
Yeah, and you've got to have Gary Oldman following you around. Make it authentic.
But yeah, I mean, it was a solid action film. It was a really solid idea.
That's the thing Luke Besson does really good when someone is at the top of the game and can't be beaten. Because that's the thing, isn't he? He's the best hitman that there is. And I love that in a film. You know, a lot of people put in films where they've got to be flawed or, you know, they're not quite as good, but they're punching up. And they'll just because of sheer strength of will, they win in the end. You know, like Rocky and things like that. But I like a film where the guy is just unashamedly the best that there is and can't be beaten. And that's kind of what Liam was. He did. Luke Besson did a film called Kiss of the Dragon.
Yes.
With Jet Li. And like Jet Li was as good as you could be as that, and he just can't be beaten. That's it, you know. And I like that in a film.
Yeah, I like that too, and I think there's a film that's just out now called The Killer, where yet another hitman who has this certain set of rules gets challenged by something and takes him off in another direction, and he has to break his own rules, his own codes of conduct, you know. And in a way, Leon does have that weakness, that weak spot. This little girl who was going to be left for dead and left to fend for herself, he protected her because, you know, he had this emotional connection to her.
A perfect assassin.
I need you to help me, Leon. I want to get those dirtbags who killed my brother.
With someone to finally believe in. Change ain't good. Remember that, Leon. I will. They're about to come face to face with the cop who's crossed the line. Bring me everyone. What do you mean, everyone?
You just made me think, because we're talking about disturbing films, and you mentioned Killer.
Yeah.
Michael Fassbender, you made me think, is Shame on that list?
Yeah, what's the shame? Tell me.
Wait, I read my secret tweet, so it's got Michael Fassbender in it. He's addicted. He's got a sex addiction in it.
Okay.
And that's what the film's about. But it's horrible. But there's a part in it where he has a connection with somebody and it's something meaningful, but you can't have sex with her. It has to be meaningless to sort of abuse himself.
Yes, yeah.
And that's the disturbing part of it. You know what I mean? It's horrible. It's really horrible.
Writing in the New Yorker, McQueen wants to show how the intensity of Brandon's needs shuts him off from the real intimacy. It kind of cuts him off from real intimacy, but this seems to be a foregone conclusion, the result of an elegant experiment that was rigged from the start. Shame wears its emptiness like a badge of honor.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a little bit of negativity on this one as well as positive. It's
yeah, and it's all about addiction and humiliation. You know what I mean? About incredible performances from Michael Fassbender Bulligan in it. It's amazing, but really, it's very, very hard work as well. Also, bless Michael Fassbender, but you see it all. You know what I mean?
You see it all. What year this is? 2011, so it was kind of early in his known career.
But it's like, because he's a really talented actor.
Yeah.
Talking as a guy. Yeah, Prometheus. He's a really talented actor. He's ridiculously good-looking guy. You know what I mean? He's got star quality about him. And when you see this film, when you see the dude's package, you're like, yeah, of course you've got that as well. So you're talented.
Wait, are you sure they didn't use
that fucking thing between your legs? You've got that as well, have you?
It was real? Was it real though?
Yeah.
Is it real?
We're not talking movie nights now. This one's real.
This was real. It's the Ding Dong Show. Welcome to Frame by Frame. Oh boy. So yeah. Okay, Irreversible.
Oh Jesus.
I knew you were going to say that.
There's another film that I've watched once and will never ever watch again.
And so what's going on here, Andy? Because there's a lot of there seems to be a lot more of these films than we realized that they are.
Irreversible starts. It's a very, very well made film. It's a French film.
Yes.
It's part of the French Extremity range of films, which we could do a podcast in itself about them. But have you ever seen Irreversible?
I have not seen it.
Okay, it starts at the end of the film and works its way to the beginning.
Right.
So it starts. It's all very like it's crazy at the senses. The camera's whirling around, but it sort of starts with this guy going into this. It's like an S&M gay club. All these people doing horrible things to each other. He finds this guy and he beats him to death in the most graphic way you can watch. And then it goes back a bit, all the way to you realise what happened and why at the beginning of the film he's killed this guy. You realise what's happened. And what happens is he's at a party. He has an argument with his girlfriend, who's Monica Bellucci. Monica Bellucci leaves the party. On the way back, she gets raped, which is the most horrible rape scene you'll ever see. It's one fixed camera for about 5 minutes, and it does not waver. It just stays on. And it's so bad and graphic that Monica Bellucci had to have a boyfriend perform the scene because she couldn't have anyone else do it. It had to be someone that she trusted.
Gosh. But even that in itself is testing.
Yeah, and it's like a tunnel. She's in it like there's
like a subway tunnel. Yeah,
and it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. And so that's the film. It's this guy finds out that his girlfriend got raped. He finds the guy who did it and kills him. That's it.
The sensitivity has to be. You have to be numb to make these kind of films.
Yeah, and he's a bit of a bastard as well, because I remember someone interviewing him and he just joked that he goes, "Well, I just wanted to film a rape scene," just joking about it, but because the way he is. But a lot of his films are so. It comes under the umbrella of what we're talking about. Like I don't know if you saw Climax from 2018, but that's another really sort of disturbing film. But it's like. It's really well made. It's kind of filmed as if it's in one shot, but it's not.
And if it's a film that's in reverse, then it would be an anticlimax.
Hey.
But
Climax. While we'll talk about Gaspar Noé film, it's a dance school, and it starts with this amazing this one. It doesn't cut, of all these dancers just doing this amazing choreographed scene, and it doesn't cut. It's really good. But what it is, they're having a party, and someone laces the drink with acid, and they all start to slowly trip, and the film is like an acid trip in itself. And that's a really hard film, disturbing film to watch again, because the way they all sort of lose it, and one of the dancers as the kid, it brings a child to the party, and she's tripping off her head, and she locks the child in this room, and there's parts in it where they're all tripping, and you could just hear that in the background, this child screaming and screaming and screaming.
Oh, how uncomfortable!
It's awful. It's really bad, and you just know, because at the end of it, the child's not screaming anymore, and it's died. The poor kid's dead.
How did it die? How did he or she die?
I don't think you find out. I think you just know that the kid's dead. It's horrible film, but really, again though, really well made. It's good. Like Irreversible is horrible as it is. It's a really well made film. I remember it was on the DVD that Jonathan Ross said this is like the best film of the year. Back when he was a respected movie critic.
Told me I already have another project. I said, well, is it a joke? He said, no, let's do a rape and revenge movie told backwards. And they said, is it a joke? He said, no, it's not a joke. And we went to the lunch, and I told the other producers, well, we could do a rape and revenge movie told backwards. And they said, but do you have a script? No, I'll just write a treatment, and we started shooting, improvising it. And that's how the movie happened. Like 4 weeks later, we were shooting this movie. And I even tried to convince them once again, to have one, like, not explicit sex, but one sex scene where I said, oh, you can simulate it, but I just want to have your faces coming, kissing. And no, that's too private. And at the end, that's what I got. And that's the scene that they were the most scared of. So if you put the problematic scene at the very beginning of the shooting, then you're done and you can start having fun. But they were not worried at all by the rape scene, or they were not worried by the murder, the killing scene. They were drunk all the time. I was kind of stressed and drunk also.
Gaspar Noé, stop it.
You talking to the dog?
No, I'm talking to Gaspar Noé, the director.
I thought you named your dog Gaspar Noé. I was like, have you got a dog in the room there? Because I'm normally used to playing Fortnite with streamers who have cats that are climbing up the curtains and they're yelling at.
Own your pet, Gaspar Noé.
It would be an amazing pet there.
I was kind of stressed and drunk also.
Stop it. Sorry. Anyway, so that's not the name of your dog. It's the name of the director of that movie. One thing, another comment just popped up, and somebody said about Leon the Professional. What would have happened if Nicolas Cage played in Gary Oldman's role?
Oh God. Well, I suppose in that time, it was because that's sort of about the same year as like Wild at Heart now, wouldn't it? It'd be very.
Yes, yeah. It's around about the same kind of. It's the beginning of his insanity. I think Leaving Las Vegas was a film that I mentioned to you, wasn't it? Going to Nicolas Cage. I found that uncomfortable, and it's not such a hard, difficult, strong subject. But if you think that an alcoholic who wants to drink himself to death decides to hang out with a prostitute for the whole movie, a happy-go-light movie, but it's just
a tale as old as time itself.
Yeah, if I had a dog every time. The people I meet, it's just depressing, and you don't want to watch it again because it's similar. I mean, this is not the extreme kind of film. Leaving Las Vegas is just sad.
Yeah, it is. It is, but it is really disturbing as well. It's a very, very difficult film.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem to kind of change. There's no redemption. There's nothing to take from this. It's Yeah, it's just from what I remember, it's just they meet, they hook up, and eventually he cops it after she's humped him a dozen times whilst he's drinking full bottles of whatever he can get his hands on, and it's just that. From what I remember, and it's just the drama, but there's really no redemption. And I think that's what these movies have in common. And a lot of these movies that are hard to watch, there's really nothing to kind of glean from them other than the experience that you are given.
Yeah. So which leads us on to Happiness.
Oh, yeah.
Which is the godfather of all these films. You've never seen it, have
you? No, I haven't. It's the 1998 film, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, and
Philip Seymour Hoffman's in it. It's horrible. Everybody in it are awful. Everybody. There's no nice people in the film at all. Yeah, I mean, I'll give you the storyline, right?
Yeah.
So Hoffman breaks up with a boyfriend because he thinks it's because he's fat. A man is unable to tell her next door neighbor that he finds her sexually attractive. An old couple wants to split up, but they don't want to get a divorce. A therapist masturbates to teen magazines. An 11-year-old kid is insecure about the fact that he hasn't masturbated yet. Offers workers try to recall the face of a co-worker who recently died. A woman is sure that she has everything she could ever want. The lives of these individuals intertwine as they go about their lives in their own unique ways, engaging in acts which society as a whole might find disturbing in a desperate search for human connection. So that's the IMDb storyline for it.
And it's a film was highly controversial for its heavy subject matter, particularly portrayal of paedophilia.
Yes. So there's a guy in it who's a therapist, and he's also a paedophile. And so because the film's very, very dark, very black humor. It's very darkly comic.
Right.
And it makes you feel bad for laughing at certain bits. There's a bit in it where his son has his friend over. Oh, right. Oh, let's go back to this. He got this therapist. He goes into this news agent and he buys a magazine, right? And you don't really know up until this point what this guy is. And he buys a magazine. You think he's buying it for his son because his son plays football at school, and I think the kid on the cover of this magazine is his friend's kid from school. And he buys this magazine and he goes into the back seat of his car. You think, what's he doing there? And then he masturbates looking at this picture, and it's just horrible. And then up to that point, you think, well, no, don't want to watch this film anymore. But I did, and it's like there's a scene in it where his son's mates. I think it might be the kid that's on this on the magazine that he masturbates over, comes to stay over at the house. And he's trying to drug him, and he drugs the whole family. He makes them all these sandwiches, and everyone eats these sandwiches apart from the kid. And he's trying to. Oh no! Did he drink something? He ends up making him a sandwich anyway and drugging the sandwich. But because everyone, I think he makes them all a drink, and he spiked the drink so they all fall asleep. But the kid that he wants to rape doesn't drink it, and he's trying to convince him to have something. He's trying to whatever he can. Anyway, he ends up making him a sandwich, and that itself is because everyone else has fallen asleep. But the one person he's trying to, it's filmed. It's kind of funny.
It's kind of funny,
but it's horrific, horrible.
But it's testing that sensibility, that idea that you can. What can you laugh at? How far can you go to get that laugh?
Yeah,
and that's a challenge. This film sounds like it's a challenge for an audience member. It's more like an experiment. Is it more of an experimental film?
Yeah, I mean, my mate Matt lent to me and said, "I need you to watch this film because I can't be the only person who's seen it."
Oh, right. So yeah.
Yeah, so I watched it, and then that was it. I could not sleep all night. It stayed with me. It's horrible, and yeah, I'll never watch it again. But again, though, it's a really well-made film with really good performances. It's just disgusting and horrible.
And you know what? So far, these film recommendations, None of them are working as a film recommendation. Well, I think we've got one of those episodes because we're usually quite happy to say, "Oh, you should watch this. I would highly recommend this." So far, has there been anything that I've mentioned that you're curious about that you go, "Oh, I might want to watch that"?
Not yet.
Same here. Oh, even Irreversible. There's kind of like it's like, do I want to see it? I mean, that's the thing. Do I need to? It's almost as if, am I ready? Do I need this experience in my life? That's the question.
So the really bad ones like Happiness and Irreversible, I would not recommend people to watch them.
Yeah. We could just now talk about these films that have that one scene. I mean, they're great films. They're not the worst films or the grossest films. They're films that have that one scene that stop you from watching it again.
Yeah.
And you only have to mention the titles to actually get what I'm saying. Okay, I'm going to throw one out that we haven't talked about yet. Zodiac.
Yeah, brilliant film.
It's an amazing film. I don't know if I can watch it again without fast forwarding the stabbing on the near the river scene.
Yeah.
The lake. Because there's something about those stab movements that are so well done. So visceral, so real, so present. Oh, terrible.
Yeah. No, absolutely, yeah. But again, Zodiac is a film I could probably watch.
I could watch that again, actually. I just need to kind of just prepare myself for that moment and just kind of move past it.
Yeah.
What's the other film? The scene in Pan's Labyrinth.
Oh, the stuttering scene.
No, the gun in the face. The pounding that face in with a gun.
Yeah.
Isn't
that straight after? Because the most we should be doing this in the podcast, I guess.
Yeah, we should be. Yeah, we will do.
I'd say the most disturbing part in that is when he's trying to get that guy, who stutters. If you don't stutter, then I'll let you go. And he can't not stutter, and he just last minute he stutters, and that's what leads to that bit, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, that's it. And it must be the stuttering scene. I don't actually remember the nature of it. I just know the outcome.
Yeah.
American History X. Bite the Curb.
Bite the Curb. Now you actually don't see it though, do you? That's another one that could be films. I know this could be another conversation with films that you know what happens, but the camera moves away just before it happens, and then your brain fills in all the gaps for you.
Yeah, exactly. And there are films like that, but then you very smart, and this is what I call pure cinephile genius. You mentioned a short film from 1929. I mean, who does this? Who mentions silent films anymore? You nailed it with Un Chien Andalou.
Yeah. Okay, now.
Now this is one of those films that does both. It shies away. It starts with a razor blade just getting close to a woman's eye.
Yeah.
It cuts to the imagery of clouds passing over a moon.
Yeah.
Which is the symbolism of slicing through the eye. We know we get it. We think, okay, yes, that razor blade is going to cut through the eye, and this is the symbolism. We are using this symbolism so we don't have to see the actual. Oh my God!
Yeah, there it goes.
There it is.
And that film is only 16 minutes long.
Yeah.
Little surrealist masterpiece.
How did you come across this film?
You know what? It probably was like a list of disturbing films.
Yes.
That's probably how I found it, and then because we all go through it, don't you, when you're trying to find the most extreme films possible. You know, I remember going through a stage where it had to be the most gory, disgusting film ever, and that's all. I can't watch it now. It's different now. I can't. I don't know if it's getting old or what.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's something to it because I think I've gotten a lot softer. But this Ocean and the Lou was actually a conversation between Louis Brunel and Salvador Dali about a dream that he had about the moon, about clouds slicing through the moon like a razor blade.
Oh,
and that was the origin of that scene. Was simply, this is all experimental surrealist cinema. This is a dream that he committed to film. This is like one of the first subconscious experiments that became a movie, and it was Salvador Dali was very much a part of it. He was actually in the film, and and it was supposed to only have a short release at a limited capacity, but people put this film on for it ran for 8 months in the picture houses in Paris.
Wow.
People really wanted to see this eye getting sliced.
It's crazy. But later on in the film, though, isn't there? There's pianos, aren't there, that have rotten corpses in them, and the tablets with the 10 Commandments are like etched onto the rotten corpses of the donkeys.
Exactly, it's surrealist. It's amazing. It was very Lynchian as well. There's a lot of stuff in there. You kind of reaching across platforms of different kind of ideas and directors, and you kind of know that David Lynch comes from that dream state, that subconscious underbelly of unusual images, like the hand going through the door, being jammed in the door with ants crawling all over it, and it's very memorable imagery, and that's what we're talking about here. Memorable moments.
Like, you watch that film, you cannot stop thinking about it.
Exactly, because you have questions like, was it a real human eye? I mean, back in 1929, was it not unusual to just go to a morgue and say, "Can I just slice over an eye, get a shot of that?" Or was it a cow's eye? Was it another animal's eye? Was it not an eye at all? And did they just make it? It's 1929. It could have been any of those answers.
Yeah.
They couldn't do it now because it would have to be special effects. It would have been Tom Savini. It would be.
It would be,
or CGI.
Or if Michael Bay made it.
There we go. Oh!
It'd be a nipple being pierced.
It'd be a nipple being pierced. But it won't be a human nipple. It'll be the nipple of a cow because they couldn't use a human nipple
on Mars.
So is this the Michael Bay moment?
Okay. What would Michael? Which film?
Which of these films, Andy, do you think Michael Bay would have been a great replacement director for?
None of them.
It's like, director of the Serbian film, you're fired. We're going to bring in Michael Bay to continue your work. Everybody just stay where you are in the positions that you're in. Here is Michael Bay, go.
I don't even know. There'd be a lot more explosions, put it that way. There'd be things blowing off. But the exact same amount of nudity.
Oh, gosh. Mark Wahlberg. Oh, he would never be able to remember anything else but this. This would be this would have been Mark Wahlberg's last movie.
Oh, God.
Oh.
So, what other films are on this list before?
The strange thing about the Johnson thing. Oh, Kids. The movie Kids. That's a tricky one.
Oh, yeah. That's the AIDS one, isn't it?
It is. It's all those kids who are kind of like just going around having underage sex, and it's a film that's a very candid film. It's not graphic. It doesn't, I think it's just, I think it's the fact that we're talking about minors here who are acting in a film that is about this subject matter, and it's, that's what makes it controversial. It's the fact that you're kind of subjecting these kids to this subject. $1 Million Baby.
Okay, I wouldn't say it's disturbing, but it's
sad. It's very sad.
Yeah, I cried. But...
Yeah, it's basically a film where it's a miserable ending for sure, and it just doesn't have any let up. I mean, yeah, I think uncomfortable. I think that there's a certain ambiguity when it comes to feeling uncomfortable. I mean, it's not enough to just be bored or feel like it's miserable. I think quitting a movie for any reason. There's all so many reasons to quit a movie. Into the Woods was a movie that I couldn't watch all the way through because I just couldn't stand it.
Yeah.
But being uncomfortable, it's gotta be the subject matter that really kind of goes to the edge of acceptability to make it unwatchable.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the film Martyrs?
Yes. Skin crawling.
Yeah, well, skin removing.
Skin removing.
So, out of the films that we've talked about, what would you recommend to people?
I mean, Eraserhead is probably the most recommendable film.
Yeah, I don't recommend Eraserhead. I'd recommend Kill List. I think well, they are disturbing films, but brilliant. Yes. And very, very good.
Yeah. Even the film Menu, I don't know if you've seen that.
I've not. It keeps coming up as a recommendation.
It is actually there's a mixed reviews about it. I mean, Menu to me, right, is Ralph Fiennes' very stoic performance, very calculated performance. It's a very it's a film where you kind of don't have a lot of sympathy for anybody in it, and you think whatever happens, whatever will be. It is ambiguous as to what's going on until it starts happening, and then you think, okay, once you're there, you think, all right, here we are. This is what we're doing, is it? This is what we're doing. And some people were annoyed by that, by it, and I found it quite. There is a sense of black humor, very dark humor in this, and I think it is definitely worth a watch.
Okay.
And it's more torturous without it going to the extreme or the savagery of a Saw film. I think it's just kind of it leans in. We're gonna do the famous ending to our podcast.
Oh, it doesn't go with a bang; it goes with a whimper.
Oh, but wait! I think we can do a bit of plugging, can't we? I think plugging is always a good idea.
Yes.
The Serbian film failed to plug.
Yeah.
We're using plugs. So you are a band for hire, Andy. Face the Strange. Who are Face the Strange, and what are you doing? And where can we find you?
If you go to facethestrangeband.co.uk, it's all on there or on Facebook. But yeah, I'd say a rock band primarily, but we play a bit of everything. And tend to gig mostly around Yorkshire, but we do play around the whole country, really.
Yeah, you're available anywhere, anytime, and you can do anything, right?
Anything.
Genre.
Anything apart from rap. Actually, could probably do rap as well because Tracy raps.
Yeah, good.
Only Blondie songs.
Only Blondie.
Yeah.
That's perfect. I'd like to see that. That should be one of your videos. Definitely.
Yeah.
How
about you, Stephen? I hear you're a writer. What have you got out?
Oh, thank you, Andy. This is the most recent book, or 3 volumes of a book called Instance, which is a 31 chapter exploration of film horror and terror. And it all starts with a character who decides he's going to go and watch 31 films in isolation in a cabin in the woods. It's a well-trodden cliche, but I decided to go all the way and make this a book about film analysis and discussion, mixed in with an actual storyline of characters who all have their own paths to explore. And awesome. There are 3 books. Instance, Volume 1, 2, and 3 are available at Amazon. So this has been episode 52, I think, of Frame by Frame.
Wow.
Scary. We didn't even know we were going to be doing a frame by frame, but here we are. This is it.
I love it.
And
love
thank
it.
you so much. Are we back, Andy? Is this it?
The clock
is
ticking.
Ticking. What other catchphrases do we have? We had loads.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Hang on. Just before we go, I know we've got to go and run and have dinner and definitely quotes. Here we go. Bag it up. Bag it up, people. I think take it to the beaver.
Take it to the beaver.
Take it to the beaver was something that you said once.
Okay.
What would Michael Bay do, of course?
Yeah. We got to keep that going.
One thing that you said, I'm like a homeopathic film reviewer. 0.5 substance, the rest is just nothingness.
Yes, that sounds like me.
Andy also said about the room, you explain what it is because I don't want to. And don't get me started on fractional reserve lending. Okay, and those are the quote. I think we need to update that. We need some more memorable quotes.
Are they on WikiQuote? It must be. Those zingers.
They should be. I think I'll find a way. We'll make that work. And to look back at all of our 8 seasons of Frame by Frame. I've been putting the episodes into lots of 6, so this is kind of like a new. This would be season 9.
Wow.
Frame by Frame. How does that sound?
Yeah, the difficult 9th season.
The 9th season. This is when one of us gets killed off in the end, and we get replaced by somebody else. Agent Doggett. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that the?
But in the Frame by Frame verse, no one ever really dies.
Nobody ever really dies, but we do get kidnapped by the Spice Girls from occasion, and we're so proud of episode 13.
Yeah,
it
is brilliant.
We do a lot of horror podcasts. There are a lot of horror podcasts in the list. There's a couple where we kind of almost scared ourselves witless making. Of course, there's the Exorcist episode. Even, you know what, we didn't actually mention Blue Velvet in this list. That's quite an uncomfortable film.
It is, and we didn't even mention Salo.
Salo. Oh, is that the Sodom?
Yeah, I mean that's probably the most infamous disturbing film, but it's been talked about. It has been, yeah, and it's kind of like there's a certain disassociation with watching that film where you I didn't find it that engaging to begin with, and it didn't hold my attention. So it was kind of more like a Jess Franco perverse kind of experience that really didn't hit any. Yeah.
But yeah, look at all the other seasons at fbfpod.stephenradford.com, and please join us again, where we will hopefully have more to talk about.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much, Andy.
Yep, thank you very much. Been awesome as always.
Ready? This is the ending. We're ending it.
Oh, okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
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 Just don't say anything stupid. Don't say anything stupid. Don't.
I won't.
I feel the need for speed.
Ow!
Charlie, don't surf.
This is fantasy.
Oh, you betcha, yeah.
Quit griping.
I like griping.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.